Am I the wrong way? Invitation is blocked. Let me fix this. That should work. No, I gotta go. Okay. Alright. Well, hey YouTube, it's J Elizabeth, and I'm back with a video. This one is about unconditional love. Now, I felt like I needed to talk about this topic because of an experience that I went through over the summer. And it was while my sister was training to become a hypnotherapist. Now, I happened to visit her. I didn't take the training, but I did visit her. So she had to sign an NDA, and I guess everybody else did as well. There was well over 20 people that trained, and all of them did not make the tour. Now, I'm not really sure what happened with that. You have to go to the website of the person that they were training with. But I know they were dropped after all the training about needing to have unconditional love, about needing to have understanding and be less judgmental towards other people and see people as just beings, not as someone that they had to approve of or someone that they needed enjoyment from. For example, if somebody's walking down the street, instead of just seeing them as a being, don't judge them if they have clothes that are tattered and they look like they can't buy food for the rest of the month. If you want to assist them, then play that role in their life. If you don't want to assist them, then continue with your life. Just being unconditional. You don't have to be in love with the person, but appreciate and love their existence for whatever they have going on in their life. So in this particular instance, these people in this person's life were supposed to be healers alongside him. And they were all supposed to be, touching the lives of different people. And if there's 20 people all with clientele touching people's lives, then you know for sure that they're healing tons of people. If they only do one a day, like that's, the number is climbing. That compound effect is extreme and amazing, because I believe that this hypnotherapy or Akashic Records session is tremendous. You can heal so quickly. But aside from that, when he was accused of less than he was accused of something pretty serious, and no one knew what was going on, he dropped them if they didn't come to his rescue without even knowing what was going on. And to me, that seems, for someone that was teaching unconditional love, seems a little conditional. Now, because they signed NDAs and they agreed to not talk about what they learned, I don't know if they can use the information that they used to train others to go heal people, because people still need healing. But I also wonder if unconditional love is dead. And I say that because this guy is like pretty hippy dippy-ish. Not totally, but modern hippie. And you would think someone who preaches it so often would truly embody it. Or someone who feels like it's so necessary to preach, even to take on and preach it, would embody it. I understand when the tables are turned and emotions are involved, you start setting up boundaries. And of course, respect your boundaries. But when do we decide that it's okay for everybody to have their opinions? It's okay for everyone to be who they are. And before we found out that we all didn't agree, we understood there was a mission. Can we stick to the mission and leave it unconditional? We don't have to speak on the disagreement. We don't have to speak on our differences. Why can't we come together and complete the mission? So I'll use a global situation, global warming. We can plant trees, we can clean the oceans, we can hire weatherbenders, because that is a form of witchcraft, sorcery, whatever you want to call it. We can all understand that this needs to be done and we don't have to move to Mars, but can we get past our differences and just get it done? Why do we have to be conditional on whether we get something done that will assist the collective? Or education system in America. We know what needs to be done, but there's so much chaos and there's so many differences between us that we'd rather not. I don't think unconditional love is dead, but I do think everybody needs to stop allowing distractions to take over their lives. If you look up self-actualizing, it's a need for human beings to grow and actualize themselves, of course. Their self-discovery, their self-mastery, and their self-actualization. There's one more that I can't think of right now, but those three are super important to me. Because if you're growing, that means you'll get all of your needs met. Your home needs, your food needs, your love needs, your psychological needs, everything will be met. But you have to be growing. You can't be stuck on if you have food or not. You can't be stuck on if you have a spouse or not. You can't be stuck on one basic need. You got to be stuck on your growth, your love for yourself, so that you can grow and be whatever you're supposed to be for the bigger picture, the mission, whatever you want to call it. And if we're all worried about minuscule things like if someone likes us or if people don't like us or if people are judging us or if you can't hold your weight into something, you'll get distracted from your growth. And what good is that? Now, I'm not judging anybody that gets distracted from their growth because I get distracted quite often. I have 2 children that are 9 and 10, and I'm homeschooling them and running a business. But have compassion for yourself and recommit. That's unconditional love for yourself. Now, when you figure it out for yourself, it's way easier to figure it out for other people. You don't judge yourself when, well, you might. Some people are harsh on themselves. You don't judge yourself when you're, hey, Justina. You don't really judge yourself when you're scrolling on TikTok. You just started at least. Maybe after an hour, you're probably judging yourself. But you don't judge yourself after you like, oh, I'm just going to take a break and you scroll on social media for a little while. You just reassess when needed. You don't judge yourself when you're eating extra calories and you said you were on a diet until you step on the scale. And then you're like, okay, I need to reroute myself. Some people go more extreme and do harm to themselves. But I'm giving you the chance to think, because that's what we all have to do. That's what our brain is for. That's what the mind is, just thinking. It's all you're ever doing is thinking about stuff. And the best part is asking yourself questions. Like, am I doing the right thing? Will this get me where I want to be? Are you afraid? Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid of dating this guy and becoming something that's not what I was actually becoming? Anything, honestly. But you got to ask yourself questions. It's just the natural way of life. And it's the way you get to your growth. So be compassionate for yourself so you can be compassionate for others and keep the cycle going. Grow so you can inspire others and keep the cycle going. love yourself so you can show others and keep the cycle going, and enjoy life, live life. Not excessively, don't do it in excess. Like if you can't afford to do something, don't extend yourself, or don't overextend yourself just to please others or just to entertain others. Like I'm just going live, I'm at home and I'm not overextending myself at all. But your people like to say they have haters and stuff and people are watching you. It's true. Like I just went to pick up my niece one day and some girl really liked my hair and thought it was just so cool that it was natural and I had it out and I didn't need a wig or whatever. And maybe that inspired her to stay on her hair care journey, because I had to grow my hair this length to even want to leave it out, if I'm honest. But that's allowing other people's opinions to judge where you're going to be. Now, that only really, other people's opinions only really matter if you're adding value to their lives. And even then, it's like it matters for your niche people, and it matters within your boundaries, within your comfort levels. Like if you're running a store, you don't have to serve everybody. You can kick people out. If you're a masseuse, you don't have to massage everybody. You can deny people. You can't necessarily purposefully discriminate, but if they're disrespectful, you don't have to render your service to them. But your place should be clean. Your place should be up to date. Your place should be, within regulation. That's the part that about other people's opinions that matter. But who you are, what you look like. If you're not feeling beautiful, you should fix that. You should find what you feel is beautiful and get to that. Even if that means you're wearing wigs until your hair grows to a certain length, or you're wearing braids to make your hair thicker in the front or something, you're wearing oil everywhere. Do what you need to do for you, not for others. Figure out what you're good at. Keep doing it. Don't beat yourself up. Just reassess. Have compassion, because you're living life. Like, complete what you can complete. And if you can't complete it, figure out why. And if you can't figure out why, are you even supposed to be doing that? Just reassess. And I know everybody doesn't have circumstances where they can just say, oh, I'm moving. Oh, I'm doing this. But I encourage you to start trusting yourself. If you believe in religious beliefs or whatever, trust whoever you need to trust that everything will be okay. Because at the end of the day, all is mind. If you truly decide and believe that everything will be okay, everything's going to be great. Trust me. Try it. Test it. Prove it to yourself. If you stick to a diet, you will lose weight. If you study and actually remember the work and get extra help if needed, you will pass. Preparation is necessary. And if you haven't prepared, there's no point in beating yourself up. It's really not. You might as well just prepare for the next time. Write down everything that you need to do. Start a to-do list. Start a list of things you shouldn't be doing. I've talked about this all throughout my channel. And I feel like the sit-down talk situation is kind of like unconditional love, uncharted territories, for me anyways. And I'm going to start doing different type of content. Something a little more entertaining that'll reach more people. Because I think self-discovery and the journey of finding yourself and appreciating yourself and realizing that you are the only person that, yes, Virgo, yes. And realizing that you are in charge of your life and it's your life and only you can save you is important to grasp. And if I have to do it in a different way, I will do it in a different way, based on my astrology. And I will also start talking about astrology more. But that is my message for today. I don't think unconditional love is dead. I think people are approaching it wrong. And we're a little judgmental as people. But when you think about it that way, I love and appreciate everybody in my life who is not getting in my way. And I love that people are staying in their lanes. I love that people are getting better at being themselves. I love that people are enjoying life. And if anyone is not in those categories that I just listed, I love that they're not giving up right away. And if they are giving up, I love that they have assistance that can help them. And I love that we all have the decision to decide if we're going to go left or go right, go up or down. I love that unconditionally, because what other people do doesn't really affect me unless they play a role in my life, and unless they're just kind of trying to mess up the whole world. I don't think unconditional love is dead. I think we just need to practice it more, you know? All right. That's my message, guys. I gotta go. I hear somebody knocking stuff over upstairs. Later.